All right, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's Transformation Tuesday, and it's the Healthy Trinity Show. You know, once a month I have to take 1 week off because my schedule just it doesn't work. So I know in that 1 week on Tuesdays you really feel like something's missing and you're not quite sure what it is. Well, this is it. You miss me, and I get it. It's fine. It's okay. You can miss me. It's fine. Anyways, we got a great guest today for the Healthy Trinity Show. It's my guy, Lorenzo Ford. And I said earlier, this guy is a beast when it comes to his transformation. Just through like, some people just do things through just like sheer grit, determination, and just willpower. And they will it to happen. This is one of those guys. So I want you to pay special attention to this. And hopefully we can get something out of this. I know he's got a lot to share. So let's go ahead and bring Zoe on. Hey, man, there you are.
What is up? How we doing?
Doing good. So everybody, when you pop on here, when you come on, this is an interactive show. So we want you to say hello. We want you to ask questions, give some comments, and say hello. Tell us where you're coming in from. We'll put these questions up on the screen and ask Zoe himself and see what he says. So, Zoe, thanks for coming on today. I appreciate you, man.
No, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, let's jump right into this because I know, people when they see like, okay, we're having a guest on and they see your transformation, it's more than just pictures. It's more than just, you lost some weight. There's a whole story behind this. Right. And the reason why we do this show is because we want people to know that, look, somebody else could do this. They're going to tell their story. You can relate and you can understand. You could do the same thing, right? You're not unique. I'm not unique. Everybody that we've had on here is not unique. We are all similar. We all have things in common. And so just being able to tell your story can change someone's life. So if you wouldn't mind sharing your story about kind of where you kind of were before you started this program and what you kind of went through. So go ahead and start with that if you don't mind.
So I joined this program honestly because I was at a point in my life where I was depressed. I was stressed out, frustrated just with life, and I was in a position to where I was kind of like, I want more. Like I was just unhappy with where I was at in life. And so I was working a job at the time that put me in a darker and deeper depression. So I was coming home from work and just stressed out, putting it all on my family and very short, impatient with my wife and my kids. And I was like, this is not what I want. This is not living life. And so what I did was I just, I said a prayer, honestly. I was like, God, help me to find a bigger purpose. Help me to impact the world. Help me to be able to inspire people, motivate people. Like I want more. And that's how I reached out to a friend, which is my coach now, Alex Corona, which we actually went to high school together, which is cool. And but just to be able to reach out to her and share my needs and where I was at, and I was able to meet Jamil and just kind of talk with him about just goals and life and where I wanted to be. And I just felt at that point in my time in my life, I was just like at peace. Like I was at rest. Like I was like, like I can finally be myself. I can dream big. I can venture off into something that I really desire. And so I was able to do that and really just come to a position where I was like, okay, this is what I want to do in this program. This is where I'm at, and this is what I want to go after. And so that's just kind of how I started the program. Did you want me to kind of elaborate on just the program? Okay, so then I ended up September 13th was the day that I started the program. It was the day that my second daughter was born, and I remember just eating my fuelings and foods in the hospital, and then coming home to where we have, church friends and family bringing in food and stuff like that. And I just decided, obviously I was on program. I was like, I can't eat this. Like
Yeah.
I want to stay focused. I want to reach my goals. And so with that, like my first week, I dropped 11 pounds. And and to be honest with you, I didn't believe it. Like I was like, this is wrong. I hopped on the scale like 3 times. Like I was just like, this is not right. Let me hop on. Let me hop off. Let me hop on. Like I was honestly, I was
Like rubbing
embarrassed.
your eyes. You're like,
Yeah,
wait a
seriously, I
second.
was like, this has got to be wrong. Like I was embarrassed, but I was embarrassed to send that text message to my coach Alex. Like I lost 11 pounds, but it was real. I decided to really key in on that, and it just went down from there. So the next week it was like 6 pounds, 5 pounds, and then it got to a point where about 2.5 months, I lost 41 pounds.
Wow. That's amazing. 2.5 months, 40 pounds. And how'd you feel after that?
I was like, whoa, I just felt like a whole new person. Confidence level skyrocketed. Like playing sports all my life, I was just like,
Yeah.
this is the healthiest I've ever been. And I was confident behind that because I was dealing with high blood pressure at the time. I was dealing with being overweight. There were so many different factors within my health. And I was just like, now I know I'm healthy. Now I know I can be confident about it. Like I took care of what I needed to take care of. And I'm at the best point in my life right now. And so.
Absolutely. I think that's how this works, especially when we find ourselves in a kind of a dark place, like as you said. We're depressed, we're just not happy with life, we're unfulfilled, and then we find something that gives us the confidence. And one of the quickest ways we're able to see it or conceptualize it is when it's our physical transformation.
Yeah.
Right? Like all of a sudden you look good in clothes again. You're not hiding yourself with baggy shirts. You're not, wearing dark clothes just because you're trying to hide, all the rolls and all the this and the that, and you're like, yeah, I'm yes, I'm back, baby.
Exactly.
It's one of those things. But, let's go back real quick. I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Before you start, okay, so you started this program and you're in a dark place.
Yeah.
Weren't happy, all that. What do you think brought you there? What brought you to that dark place?
I'll just say a mixture of things, like expectations for myself, just eating habits, because I was an emotional eater, and so every emotion I was going through, I was trying to eat my way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would just say finances was huge,
Mm-hmm.
and then that took a toll on marriage, and so it just trickles down, and so it just got to a point where I wasn't happy with who I was and the direction I was going.
That makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people, again, they can relate to saying, finances really stresses people out.
Yeah.
And it triggers that emotional eating. Whether you're, finances, geez, that alone is the biggest thing right there for most people. And we don't deal with it well. Like you said, You're an emotional eater. So, losing the weight and being, on some sort of a diet thing is great, but that doesn't help with what brought you to the dark place, right? Because you could just as easily go right back to that and say, I'm stressed out again. I'm going to go eat some pizza, stuff my face with cookies and ice cream and everything that's bad for me.
Yeah.
Cheesecake. That's your go-to?
That's my go-to, cheesecake.
And it always will be. That's the thing. But so, with this program, I know for myself, it's not about just losing the weight. Right. It's about losing those triggers. It's about being able to deal with it. So how did you go from, I'm going to be stressed out about finances and I'm going to be emotionally triggered and I'm going to want to eat, to not doing that again? Like you said, when your wife was at the hospital with the baby and all these people were bringing food in and you're like, nope, not going to do it. What is it that triggered you to say, or I'm sorry, that's not the question I wanted. How did you learn to deal with not giving into the emotional triggers?
I would just honestly say being all in. Like I made a decision in my mind and in my heart, like, this is what I want. the direction that I'm going into is not what I want. And so
Yeah.
I knew whatever it took, I was going to do it. That's just my personality. Growing up, I was just like, I'm going to grind it out. Like you said, I'm just going to. I got the grit. I got the motivation, self motivation. I'm just going to do. I'm going to be all in. And what really helped me, honestly, was my coach, Alex. Like,
Yeah.
really just saying, what do you want? Having the support. Having the team behind me, saying, encouraging me, inspiring me. Having Jamil there helping me as well too. I think those are the things that really helped me to remind myself when it did get challenging, say, hey, it's a bigger picture. Like, they're helping me to focus on myself. They're helping me to focus on my goals. And so I would say that for sure. And then just really just keying in on just being all in, like
Yeah.
not allowing myself to waver or go back to my old habits, but just knowing that I'm creating new habits for myself and my growth.
Yeah. I love that. Whatever it takes, being all in. I find that a lot of times, you said you're a former athlete, yeah? Played
Mm-hmm.
sports all life. People who are former athletes, people that are athletic sports, they tend to do well with this because of that grit, determination, that motivation that they're going to
It's
push
like
through
Mamba
whatever it takes.
mentality.
The Mamba mentality, right?
Yeah.
It's you push through the pain, you push
Yeah.
through the discomfort, you really focus in on what you want. And that's, if I could say something that people need, it's that determination. It's that really that almost competitiveness with yourself or your former
Right.
self. Let's say that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win? Me,
Right.
not the guy who was in the dark place, who was overweight, that it ate emotionally. He's not going to win anymore. This guy right here is going to win.
Mindset.
The guy who
Yep.
wants
Mindset.
more for his life.
Mindset.
Right?
I think that's what really helped me, is that my mindset was, I wasn't competing against anybody else. I was competing against myself. Like, I was competing against the guy who had high blood pressure,
Yep.
the guy who didn't want to wake up and work out, the guy who was making excuses all the time. Like, that was my motivation. That was my mindset. Like, I'm not competing against anybody else. Like, I'm taking a before and after picture of myself, not my neighbor, not my cousin, not my mom, not my dad. I'm taking a picture of myself. And I had to understand, like, this is where I was at, but this is where I want to be. And so I think that's what really kind of pushed me to go forward with this.
Yeah. And you don't want to go back to how you felt in that before picture. You don't want to go back to how you felt that day.
Hated it.
That's why it's got to be important for people to do this. If it's not, if you just want to fit into your skinny jeans again, good luck.
Right.
You're just going to go buy a bigger pair of jeans. That's all you're going to do. So
exactly,
having that is what is totally amazing. And I can totally appreciate in people that adopt that mentality, because it makes it easier, not just in this, but it makes it easier in all arenas of your life to stay focused and motivated, want more for your life, and achieve more. Not just settle for mediocrity, not just settle for, whatever it is, what it is, right? Or I guess I'm just not going to get the opportunity. No, you're going to make the opportunity for yourself. You're going to step out of your comfort.
And that's what I learned too, is like that pain that was coming from working out and all these different things, over time, you look forward to it. You don't want to just push through it. You actually look forward to it, because you know that it's getting you better. You know it's going to push you to reach your goals. You're not just kind of like, that pain's coming again. This hurts. It sucks. All right, I passed it. Now I'm good. No, it's like you actually train with that mindset. Like, where is this pain at? I'm looking for. I want to embrace it. I want to understand that it's there, and I want to be able to be at my best, because it's going to challenge me. It's going to change me. And then from there, you create that self, and you create that confidence, and then you go into wearing what you want to wear.
Absolutely. That confidence really does is a game changer. That's the confidence. It's a game changer, because I don't say it's addictive, but you want more, right?
Yeah, it is.
You want more. I look good. I feel good. I want to feel better.
It
right?
is.
I'm coaching. I feel good. I'm making good money. I want more.
Exactly.
Right. So now that you've gotten to a good place where you feel good, you look good, you're doing better, you're not in that dark place anymore. You're able to handle those emotional triggers, to get all of your mindset in the right spot. Now you moved on. You're paying it forward, right? You're now taking people that were in your spot giving them the support, the guidance that they need to get where you are now. So tell me about that journey and how that's really helped you, and what that's done for you.
I love it. Like, to be quite frank with you and honest with you, like, initially when I started this program, my mindset was I wanted to inspire the world and change people and help people and be a part of people's life. And Alex and Jamil really helped me to say, if you want to inspire the world, if you really want to change the world, you have to change yourself. And so once I was able to do that, the love for me, like encouraging people, inspiring people, just skyrocketed. And so I've really been able to help so many different people. I love to hear people's stories. Like, it really does, that connection you have when you have someone's story in your life and you're like, wow, this is what you're going through. This is where I used to be. Look where you're at now, right? You know what I mean? So there's so many different aspects in life that you can kind of really just grasp when it comes to learning about people. And so for me, being able to coach and help and inspire people is life changing.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. When you see somebody just making that realization, or they send you that text message that they lost 11 pounds in the first week, or they're 3 pounds away from their goal weight that they never thought they would actually get to, or they're, we call them non-scale victories, right? Where you can celebrate something that isn't about the scale. Like, I went to a party and I didn't eat all the junk food that was there. I stuck to my goals. I brought my feelings. I said no to this. I didn't go out to this bar with my friends that I always would go to because I want to stick to my goals.
Exactly.
And when you get those messages from people and you see it, I mean, you can literally see their smile through a text message, like how they're so proud of themselves. That's the kind of shit that really just pushes you forward and keeps you going.
Exactly.
Right?
Being prepared. Like, one of the clients, she's going out of town and she's like, I'm going to order some extra stuff so I don't have to carry everything with me. Just being prepared, just loving the process, enjoying the process, really just adapting and making that life change. Because a lot of times people think it's a diet. I don't want this detox, I don't want a diet. It's a lifestyle. And so I just really love to be able to see that transformation in people's like that non-scaled victories, because it inspires me as a coach, like, to keep me going, right? Because it's all about really encouraging and inspiring people and giving people hope that no matter where you're at in life, you're able to grow and to come out of that dark spot in your life, and you're able to even give it, pay it forward.
Yep. It's funny, is they call us, one of the nicknames is they call us hope dealers, right?
Yeah.
We deal hope. That's what we do. We don't sell a product. We don't push a program. We sell hope for people.
Right.
Look, here is something that will help you.
Exactly.
You just have to extend your hand out and take it. That's all you have to do. So, in other arenas of how this has helped you, you mentioned one of your big stressors was finances. And I know that's a sensitive subject for most people, but when it comes to coaching, it's not just our own personal gratification that we get, like, I did a great job because I helped somebody. We also get compensated for it. Has that really helped you and affected you positively?
Yes, it has. Just really being able to help people and inspire people, like, that is the main focus, obviously. But like you said, like, we have to live, right? I have a family. That's my why, and being able just to provide in a way that that feels good, but also at the same time is providing in ways where I wasn't able to at this other job that had me stressed out, overwhelmed, and in a position to possibly lose my marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely, I hear it. I hear it from people. I mean, obviously there's reasons to stay at jobs, but when you're weighing the difference between being fulfilled, happy, thriving relationships, or let me stay at a job that's stressing me out, that's ruining relationships, maybe at some point the scales start to tip and you start to look at other options, right? To be more fulfilled in life. Because when you are fulfilled in life, life becomes easier, life becomes more enjoyable,
Exactly.
and we're just happier all around. And that's more gratitude, more love, more happiness that we can spread to others, because God knows in this world we need that more than anything
Yeah,
right now. Some light, some
exactly.
love, and some happiness around here. I mean, am I right?
Exactly. No, I'm with you. And it's easier because that's what's created in our environment. That's our atmosphere, is that people are healthy, people are happy, people are successful, people want to give, they want to serve people, they want to get to know you, they're genuine. They're not like, let me just sell them this product, let me just get them on this program and use his money and get his. It's like they actually care about you. They care about your family. They want to see you do well. They want to see you happy. They want to see you living out your dreams and traveling the world and learning about more about you, so that you can be able to put yourself but also your family in that position to be successful as well too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Just put yourself in a better position, help put other people in a better position. It's like, they say, just leave things nicer than you left it, and then everything's good, right?
Yeah.
It's easy concept to understand. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I really appreciate about this program too, because not only does that help us, with the mission of making this world a better place, but it also gives us skills and tools
Right.
that, hey, I can run my own business.
Yeah.
It gives us structure to say, okay, I can structure my day to fit in working on my business, family time, being at my regular 9 to 5 job, personal growth. You start to learn how to structure. You start to learn how to run a
Exactly.
business. You start to learn to be responsible with finances. You start to learn to diversify your portfolios and have
Right.
different streams of revenue.
Mhm.
It encourages that mentality.
Right.
So again, like all around, and this started from just you being unhappy with where you're at in life, and now you're learning all these skills. You've been in, your physical health, and your kids are gonna down the road. They're gonna thank you for making that one decision to pick up the phone, call that girl from high school,
Yeah.
oh Alex Corona.
It's funny. I always tease her. I'm like, why weren't you this cool in high school?
I know
We
she's not
always
that
like
cool
laugh
now.
about that.
I'm just kidding, Alex. Yeah. No, I know, right? I remember when I had her on the program and she was talking about that, how she wasn't how she is now, right? She was not as open, and, you know, she was a different person. But anyway, yeah, no, just having that one bold moment to where you stepped out of your comfort zone and you talked to her and you made that decision. And that's what life is all about, right? Making those bold decisions to change. If it doesn't get bad enough, you're never going to change. You know, it has to become a point to where you really have to make that bold decision to just change your life, and that's what it boils down to. So, that is something to be proud of, and that's something to shout from the rooftops. So, I mean, that's why I have you on here, man, is to tell that story, to say, like, look, I made a bold decision in my life. I've changed my life. Now I'm changing lives. It's that cascade effect, you know? So we've got people watching that maybe just stumbled across this broadcast, this stream, maybe people that made it an intention to sit down and watch you or watch me or whatever. Maybe those people are looking for change.
Hmm.
Maybe those people are where you were. Maybe they just know something's not right, but they don't know what it is. What can you say to them right now to help them make that bold decision that you made?
Honestly, I would just say find your why, because I think when it boils down to it, what is important to you, you're going to go after it and you're going to be all in. What I had to do was I had to see what was important in my life, and I had to say, no matter what, I'm going to make sure that what's important is going to be first in my life. And so
Mm-hmm.
everyone is different for everybody else. And so figure out what it is for you to say, hey, my family is my why. My kids, to be able to be with them for longevity, to be able to be in a happy marriage, to be able to be fruitful, at school or in life or wherever you may be at. You have to figure out what that is for you so that you can live it out daily. I wasn't okay with being average. I wasn't okay with just working a 9 to 5 job. I wanted to be a part of something greater and to be able to impact the world. And I truly believe it in my heart that I'm going to do that. And I'm doing it now just to really flip the world upside down, to be able to love people, serve people, to be able to change my life. But I would just say for them to figure out what are they passionate about? What do they love? Like, what are they wanting to do in life, and just go after it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail, but you're going to learn from that. Like, don't sit back and allow your life to go by without you making that decision just to try something new. Nothing great is done, on accident, right? It's on purpose. You got to have that motivation. You got to have that drive to say, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna have faith. I'm just gonna go for it. If I fail, I fail. But I'd rather fail than just sit back and watch.
There it is. I wow, 100% am on board with every word you just said. Right? If we can capture that, you guys, if you can take notes on that or go back and watch just that, even just that last part of what he just said, do it. Do it again and do it again and do it again and watch it until it makes sense to you. Because that right there is what's going to help you take things to the next level. It's going to help you make those decisions that are going to change your life, to get you out of those dark spots, to improve relationships. Because if we're not happy, if we're in those dark spots and we're unfulfilled, we're stressed out with finances, failed relationships, we're not going to be happy with ourselves. We're not going to love ourselves. And we can't love other people if we don't love ourselves. Okay. And that's something to really, really take seriously, because we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And if we're doing the same thing that brought us to that dark place where we're just not happy, that's what's going to keep repeating. So it's time for a change. Remember, this is not a diet. We're not talking about just losing weight. We're not talking about cutting out carbs. We're not talking about taking a pill. Here, put this in your water and shake it up and you're going to lose 20 pounds. That is not what this is about. This is about people restoring themselves.
Right.
Reaching out, accepting help. Right.
Yeah.
Dropping the ego.
Yeah.
You don't know it all.
I love how you said that. That's huge.
Right. Yeah. You don't know everything. You can't do everything. You need a community to help you. You need to be coachable.
Right.
Accountability, structure. Those are talk to any successful millionaire, billionaire. That's what you need. Community, structure. You need physical health. That's what you need. That's how you're going to succeed. So I really appreciate you coming on today. I mean, pouring this out to everybody out there has made an impact on me, because every time on our trainings and you talk, I love hearing you talk. I love everything you pour into everybody. So that's why I just had to bring you on so that my audience could hear you too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much. So anybody watching and you're like, yep, I think I want to try, or I want to talk to you. I want to talk to Josh. I want to talk to Zoe. Please, you guys, reach out to us. We'd love to hear your story. We'd love to meet you where you're at and just see how we can help. So if anytime you guys want to do that, we are here. Me, Zoe, any of the wonderful coaches that we've had on here, we will meet you where you're at. So Zoe, thank you again so much for everything. You want to give any special shout outs before we go?
I got to ask some shout outs. So first and foremost, I want to thank God, obviously, because he gave me the opportunity that I get each and every day, my wife, and then my team, Alex, Jamil, and all the rest of the crew. They have helped me to be who I am today. Without their help, I would not be here. I'd probably be off somewhere eating something, doing something I'm not supposed to. So cheesecake. There we go. But just really being able just to have family, community, and to be able to really drive to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So I appreciate everybody for the support, all my followers. I appreciate you, and I'm just grateful. I appreciate you also for allowing me to be on your show and be able just to express my passion and to be able to have an opportunity to share that with people. So I appreciate you too, Josh.
Absolutely, Zoe. Well, all right, man. You have a great week, and we'd love to have you back on the show again at some point.
Let's do it
when you're global and beyond.
There we go.
Don't forget about us, little people. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you next week for Transformation Tuesday and the Healthy Trinity Show. Take care.